but I don't really consider what we've done to be a failure in any sense so far. I think absolute failure would be unlikely. And I guess that metric would be we lose the community in its entirety. I think that's very unlikely. And even if that happened too, the just how much of a violation of our personal property and right to a free association that would be, that itself would be then fodder and fuel for the rest of us online to fight back even harder against the anti-white system, because we could say without a shadow of a doubt that we're not even allowed to exist together. So even like a failure for RTTL would still be a victory for our side, because it would not come in vain. It would be used by us for our cause.
I will say your answer really shows the difference of actually being in and a part of something rather than just, looking at it from the outside. The perspective is, yeah, thank you for your answer there. I wish you guys the best.
Thank you, brother. Hey, Arvo, we got a bit of a wild card for you. Are you up for a chat or a question from Dan Bilzerian?
Yeah, of course. Sure thing.
All right, Dan, go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's up, man? How's the project going?
Going pretty well. Yeah, I just got back from Idaho. Met with a bunch of people up there. We're into the same thing, so it's growing quick.
Nice. Is that where you're at?
No, we're in Arkansas here, but we have people up in Idaho building a community.
Okay, gotcha. So you're only doing the one, right?
No, we're nationwide. So we're doing communities in Idaho, in Arkansas, in Tennessee. A lot
Oh,
of stuff
nice,
going on.
nice. When's the first one going to be done?
I'm actually here in the first one in Arkansas. So it's 160 acres, a few dozen people. We just had a wedding reception tonight, so it's a real community. People are getting married, having kids. It's going
Nice,
well.
nice. That's awesome. So you guys are like full on already doing it. I thought it was just kind of like a startup project. That's cool.
Hmm.
Nice. I met with your boy down in Texas for a little bit. That was cool. And then I guess they're doing a similar thing. Is it all kind of the same project, or is Patriot Front separate?
Definitely a separate organization. They're a political organization. We don't do politics because we're a private association. To do this, you have to be a private association, not a public thing. So it's different spheres. I mean, we have worked with Patriot Front members. We'd like to work with Patriot Front members in the future when it comes to real estate and how to hold it effectively for our group reliably. So basically, it's like overlapping spheres of interest where obviously we have a lot in common, but we handle holding assets together legally, and it's a private domain thing, and they handle public activism, and they're really good at it, obviously.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Have you guys been getting much pushback, or has it been pretty smooth sailing so far?
Well, I mean, obviously the media hates us, so that's no surprise.
I
People
I
have
mean, like
been
more legally though. I mean, not like public, just people talking. I mean, like,
nothing.
oh, that's
Nothing
cool.
at all. Yeah, no lawsuit, no fine. The Attorney General of Arkansas said initially when he was told about us that it raises all sorts of constitutional concerns and he's going to look into the matter. A month and a half later, someone asked his office about it for an update, and they said so far they had not found anything illegal. So it held up to that level of scrutiny at least.
Well, I mean, how could it be illegal if they have Jewish communities, they've got black communities, whatever? How can they tell you can't have a white one?
Well, I mean, they would try, I'm sure. In some states other than Arkansas, they would try. Um, so they said basically they passed it on to Trump's DOJ, the Civil Rights Division there, and I think it's very unlikely that Trump's DOJ will want to touch it because that would split Trump's base. Why would they do that, especially before the midterms? So I feel like we have at least a couple years before serious legal challenge from the state. Of course, a private individual could always sue us, but for what exactly? Like, what damages have we caused? We can't stop frivolous lawsuits, and they probably will come. But so far, it's been going pretty well.
All right, it looks like he went back to listener. I do not know if he lost connection. All right, let me see if he wants to hop back in. Then I'll send a mic out. Okay, we got. Give him a second. We got Holy Diver. You want to hop in here, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I think them other two are in front of me. I can generally give them the pass unless I'll go.
That way we got Dan back. Dan, you got anything else for us, man, before we head on to other?
Yeah, no, I'm all good. It's weird. It just kind of kicked me off there. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll just we'll listen to what you guys have to say.
All right, man. We got some numbers here, so I do not know if it is the H1Bs getting curry all over it. I do not know, man. Anyway, thank you, man. Let's do. Was it JR? No, we had Koldar, then JR, then Holy.
Yeah, real quick. So are there any plans or is there anything in motion on the cattle end of what you were talking about earlier, Eric? Land, maybe a buy-in and distribution center or a, meat packing system setup?
I'm very interested in it, but no, we've not written up a prospectus or gotten started on that. The first step, I've never raised cattle myself. So the first step will be raising them here. We're actually a fence out community, not a fence in community. So in the Old West, some towns would be fence out for some counties and some would be fence in. So fence out means if you don't want cattle grazing your land, you have to fence them out of your land. So effectively, that means like there are a lot of people who own shares with us who don't live here still. And so their land is just there. You could easily graze cattle on it. And actually, it would improve their land. It'd be like a favor to them. So once our entire property is fenced, I personally plan to keep cattle, not a huge number, but to get started with it and start acquiring the necessary processing equipment and so forth. But I would like to do a bigger project, and it seems like something that can be scaled and done around the country. In fact, it is done. Like there are PMAs for the distribution of meat and raw milk and things like that. I don't see why we wouldn't do it within our networks because our people, eat a lot of meat. They eat a lot of beef specifically. Beef prices are outrageous. It makes me mad when I'm at Walmart looking at the beef. And so, yeah, why would we not do this? The legal framework for it already exists. It is done in many places around the country. So,
Well, let me know when you guys need someone to hammer T-post because I'll come out there and, hammer T-post with you for free. So,
all right, yeah, join the PMA, and you're welcome to come out anytime.
We got a lot of young men that have more time than money. So look, if you folk want to get to work, get your asses out, get in communication, get in touch. Okay, let's do JR. Then we're gonna do Holy. Then we'll do Reason.
Hi there. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Arvo, thanks for coming on the show and thanks for having the space, Western. I have just a thought. The Nebraska thing. I know the Mormon Church. They have like a stronghold right now on the land there in Nebraska. A couple of years ago, I think they. Anyway, it's a big. A lot of people were upset that they bought a bunch of land there, but they are the majority landowners there now, I believe. But my question, why I raised my hand was I'm older. My kids are grown. What kind of vetting process is there for older? Would there be for older people? Like, do you discourage that because you're trying to get the people in that are going to have kids and make the community? Like, is the vetting process different, or are they welcome the same way? How does that? How would that work if it's any different? Thanks.
Sure. No, I mean, the vetting process is the same for everyone. We do prioritize younger families because that's how you grow a community over time. But older people have assets and wisdom that we need. People with experience. That's traditional communities. The elders are there. You live in multi generational households, and I think we should get back to that in some capacity. So it's definitely not a disqualifier, if you're a senior citizen, um, especially if you happen to know things that are relevant to homesteading.
Sounds good, brother. Okay, we got up next. Let's do Holy. Then we're gonna do Reason. Then Walter.
How's it going, Eric? Nice to finally meet you. Yeah, this is we got some mutual friends. I started an active group about a year ago pushing, it's called the Enclave, pushing segregation, separation. And then I found out about your program. And I joined the PMA, and I really like what you guys got going on. But I was wondering if you would consider, or if you've looked into like maybe starting some over in Ohio, Southern Ohio area. Um, we were already, before I even knew about your program or even your idea, we were already talking about doing something to the same effect of what you're doing over there in Arkansas. And I mean, we got some different people. I got 25 years experience in construction as a general contractor. We were already talking about with a couple people about like building tiny homes and things like that for our people in our community. But I really like what you guys got going on, and I thought maybe we could partner up or do something down the road. I didn't know if you knew any laws that were in like the Ohio area or something like that. That was my question.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for joining the PMA. Glad you remember. So you're welcome to come down anytime. In the grand scheme of things, you're not that far away if you're in Southern Ohio. So, yeah, might as well take a weekend at some point. We'll find a spot for you, and maybe we can make it a work party and get some stuff done. We are having our private event the 24th through the 26th of October. So if you can make that, you'll meet, well over 100 people who are like-minded, who are looking to do things in different parts of the country. I like Ohio. I like parts of Ohio, I should say. It is also sort of a similar situation to Maine or some other states where it's not as guaranteed politically. I don't know about the development side of things. Probably it's a more prohibitive state than Arkansas, but not necessarily impossible. And you can also change the kind of communal property that you're looking to acquire depending on those laws. So some places you couldn't develop raw land from scratch like we're doing, and that is kind of the main thrust of our association, return to the land. However, we're not totally averse to existing infrastructure. So if you could buy an existing camp, then a lot of those laws wouldn't necessarily apply. We have members in Ohio, so I don't know if you're active on the Telegram, but find it'd probably be the Midwest chat that you're looking to get into. Um, but yeah, we want these communities all over the country. It's just we can't have them everywhere immediately. We got to start with where it's easier and affordable, and then work from there. But yeah, please do come down, and especially with construction experience, I'm building my house. So if you want to come and help me for a couple days or something, I'll buy you dinner, and looking forward to meeting you.
Heck yeah, no problem.